What's up YouTube, for tonight's video we have a full worst starters team. Now this one I based off many things. I did a fair bit of research to it. I did polls, videos, so many forums, and I come up with the Pokemon that came up the most as the worst. Now this was the second highest Pimpnite community thing, so I'm taking the top two out of each of the votes. Now people, real quick, if you didn't already know, the Ponyta t-shirts are there. You can check them out in the description if you do want to buy one. Let me know if you get one. And the question of today is, people, what is the worst starter Pokemon? Let me know in the comment section. Let's get that salt going. I want to know what you guys think is definitely the worst one. Now, obviously I just want to say, I like all these Pokemon that are being used to, like a lot of them actually my favorites. Unfortunately, a lot of them are the same type too. I wonder if you can guess which one that is. Alright, this is a battle on my Discord, that's in the description, and this one was against Germ. So we have a Beazle lead. It's going to miss with the Blizzard, which is actually really lucky for me. The second one, however, does actually connect, and that does over half my health. However, I'm running a Choice Specs Chestnut with max health and max special attacks. We've got Focus Miss, Frenzy Plant, Sludge Bomb, and a Mud Shot. Savage. So we've got the Bulletproof is the ability to do. Alright, so now we've got Talonflame coming in. I just went for the Sludge Bomb here, the best I could possibly do. I thought it'd be interesting to actually stay into the Talonflame, like being 4 times weaker, flying everything. I thought, you know, the last thing they would expect would be to stay. Anyway, we've got the Talonflame going for a scummy Z move. It's going to be the Z Tailwind, boosting the speed and the critical hit ratio. Alright, so now going for the Sludge Bomb here with Choice Specs and Modest Nature. So it's a pretty damn good damage. Alright, so now we got the Fire Blast, and it misses! Guys, Choice Specs, Sludge Bomb, Chestnut is sweeping at the moment. How good is this? Anyway, so Talonflame goes down. You know, guys, I've found the perfect counter for Talonflame. You saw it now. Anyway, so now we got the Togepi coming out. I'm gonna go for the Sludge Bomb here on the Togepi. And it's also super effective. It's gonna take it, guys. I'm getting it with the cry. I think that was Everlight, and that one did matter, guys. Choice Specs, Sludge Bomb, Chestnut has swept half the team. How good is this set? Anyway, so now we got the Charizard coming out. There's not much I can really do against this one. It's gonna go for the Fire Spin. Almost taking me out there. So obviously it's a trapping set, and now I'm going to go for my Sludge Bomb against Charizard. Once again, doing pretty good damage. It's going to be more bulky in special defense. I think I know exactly what this set is. Anyway, the Fire Spin is going to take me out with the trap damage, and that's my Chestnut down. But boy, he took out half the team. Alright, so now the Tailwind's gone, and now I've got to bring in my Decidueye. So this Decidueye set was pretty interesting. We've got a max health, max special defense set. We've got Roost, Curse, Protect, and Spirit Shackle. So the idea is to actually trap the opponent in with Spirit Shackle. You can actually also disguise this as a physical, like, attacking set. Once you've got them trapped in and done like a decent amount of damage to them, you can go for the Curse. So Curse on Ghost types works differently to Curse on any other type of Pokemon. You actually sacrifice half your health, and you do a quarter amount of damage to your Pokemon each turn. So it's a pretty interesting move. So on this set, I've also got Protect, so you can go for the Curse, then go for Protect, so get 2 rounds of Curse going, and then you can roost off any damage that's dealt to you, and obviously that Curse is already taking away half your health, so it is important to get your health back. Now, the only problem about this one is the Toxic is actually really bad. It sort of like counters the set. However, we got the Charizard that's swapped out, doesn't want any of that Curse damage, and now we got the Torterra coming in, which is pretty interesting. To say the least. You'll find out in a second. Anyway, so we've got the Decidueye taking a little bit of extra damage from the poison. So I was actually weighing my matchup. I thought, let's go for the Curse here, sacrifice my Decidueye, and get some extra Curse damage up on the Torterra. It might cause a swap, and it might, you know, at least might cause a swap and do some damage to the Torterra. Torterra is a very bulky Pokemon too. So now it's going to go for the Sand Tomb, so another trapping set, and I'm going to do some more damage with the Curse. So I thought I could swap in this particular Pokemon here, but I didn't. I swapped in my Meganim. So this was a pretty good Meganim set. Now, the Meganim actually come up as the very worst starter all time. I actually like Meganim a lot, but that was the Pokemon that came up the very most. Alright, anyway, we got the Charizard coming in, which is quite funny. We got the worst starters team, and we got the Charizard. So we got the Bullet Seed. Now, this was quite an interesting set. It was a really scummy set, though. So we got Max Attack and Max Speed. We got Bullet Seed and King's Rock. Amazing strategy. We also got Earthquake for any Steel types that like to come in. Steel types love coming into Grass-type Pokemon. We also got Outrage and Facade if I do get poisoned. Meganium sort of like screams out to get poisoned, so I thought I'd put Facade on. We've also got Overgrow as the ability. Anyway, so go for Facade. I thought it may have Toxic or something like that. However, it's going to go for the Fire Spin. doing pretty good damage against me, so it's going to be a 2-hit KO with the Fire Spin trapping damage. Alright, so anyway, we got the Charizard recovering a little bit from the leftovers, and we've got me taking damage. I can't actually swap here because I'm trapped in. Alright, so now going for the Outrage, hoping this will be enough to take out the Charizard and bury it, and it's just enough, and that is Charizard down. So that was good. It's quite funny he gets Outrage too. Then again, it's kind of like, I guess it's like a dinosaur, so it makes sense. So now we got the Torterra coming in. I'm locked into Outrage, so I'm going to do as much damage as possible and then just, get KO'd. However, the Torterra is going to go for Protect, so my Outrage is going to get blocked, so that's fine. I'm going to get confused here, so that actually gives me the option to swap out, but I thought, I could swap out, or I could just stay in and go for the risk. Decided to go for the risk, and this time I'm going to go for the Bullet Seed, hoping I'll get some amazing damage against the Torterra. Alright, so going for that. Look how much damage this is doing. So I'm hoping I can get 5 hits with the Bullet Seed on the Torterra. The whole idea is to flinch the opponent, right? So Torterra is a nice base defense, which actually helps it a lot too. So now Torterra is going to go for the Bulldoze. So it's got Bulldoze, Sand Tomb, and Protect. I'm guessing its other move is my favorite healing move. Anyway, so I'm going to get a speed drop from that. Now I'm going to be able to still outspeed it. Obviously, I'm running max speed, which helps a lot. So now going for the Outrage on the Torterra. Doesn't do too much damage, but guess what, guys? It gets a flinch! Oh, man, this is that ironic. You try and go for the flinch on the multi-hitting moves, but you don't get it, but you get it on the single-hitting move. So now the Torterra is going to go for a Protect again. And my Torterra is going to hit for the Protect again. So it's not going to do anything. Now, the good thing about this was I actually hadn't hit myself in Confusion at this point in the game. So now I'm going to snap out of Confusion. I don't even get confused once and get another Bullet Seed off against the Torterra. So Torterra is actually starting to get quite low in health. I thought, I might actually be able to take this out if I hit 5 times. But guess what, guys? It hits 2 times instead of 5. So now the Torterra is going to get a Bulldoze. I think that was actually a critical hit. It was. And that's going to drop my speed 2 stages now. So it should be actually able to outspeed me, but it doesn't. And now I'm just going to go for the Bullet Seed on the Torterra again. So going for another Bullet Seed. And I take the Torterra out of Bullet Seed. So it must have been like super slow. Okay, so that's down. We've got one more Pokemon left, which is the Blastoise. So at the moment, I'm winning like really comfortably. So now, since I've got -2 in speed, the Blastoise is going to be able to come and take me out with the Ice Punch. But that's cool. Meganium did a really good job there, and I've got a really sizable lead at the moment, like something else. Anyway, so I'm going to bring in my M-Ball here. Now, this was a special attacking M-Ball. So I've run this a couple of times. Haven't run it for a while, though. So we've got max health, max special attack. Aqua Tail misses. That would have done a lot of damage against me. And I'm going to hit it with the Grass Knot. So that's about a 2-hit KO. So I've got Choice Specs on this. Sorry, I don't have Choice Specs. I've got a Soul Fest. Grass Knot, Focus Miss, Fire Blast, and Skull with a Blade's ability. Alright, so it's going to hit me with the Aqua Tail, doing a lot of damage, almost taking me out. So that miss there did matter because I wouldn't have taken as much damage. And the Blastoise lives, and it has a berry, so it's going to heal itself up. So I would have only done like a little bit of damage there. So it's very lucky for me that actually, that Aqua Tail did dodge me. So now the Blastoise is going to go for the Earthquake. I think Earthquake would have been a 2-hit KO regardless. So maybe that would have been better to go for. Then again, maybe it could have been a 1-hit KO as well. I'm not too sure if that was mid damage. So now my M-Ball is down, and now I'm going to swap in my Torterra. So this set was like a weakness policy sweeping set. We've got, it's actually like a scumbag crit set with Razor Leaf there. So go for the Razor Leaf, and that is going to be enough to take it out. And that is the first game. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. There was a lot of RNG on, not my side of the field for once, the opposing side. Alright, so the next battle we got, this one was against I Love Confusion. So now we got a Steelix lead here. So I'm leading things off with my Chestnut. Chestnut kind of worked a lot of the time as my lead, which is quite like a surprise factor. So now we got this Steelix going for the Protect. So that's going to protect my Focus Miss and also alert that I'm running a special set. So most of the time I could have taken a physical move, but not a special move. So now we got the Charizard. Guys, I just called Steelix Charizard. What the fuck? So now we got the guys, roast me in the comment section for that. So now we got the Clefairy coming in. I think Focus missed that time. Not that it would have done a lot to Clefairy. Like, Clefairy is very bulky with Everlight, and obviously it's super, it's not very effective. So now we got the Moon Blast coming from Clefairy this time, and my Decidueye is going to take that fairly well. Now I was hoping to trap this in and go for the Curse, and then get rid of it. Hopefully, that was the plan anyway. So now they're going to withdraw their Clefairy, and we got the Regice coming in. So this was a problem. Having 4 grass types on my team, spelt doom for fire type Pokemon and for ice types. So going for the Spirit Shackle on the Regice, it's not really meant to do lots of damage, it's meant to trap them in, but the bonus damage was nice. So getting some nice leftover recovery from the Regice. I'm not sure if I actually said the EVs on this. This was max health and max special defense. So now going for the curse on the Decidueye, and I was hoping it was a special set. However, it's going to be a physical set, and that's going to take out my Decidueye with the Ice Punch, so it's a physical attacking Regice. So I've got the curse up, which is good at least. It's a very bulky Pokemon to get around, so that curse is going to be quite handy. So I'd say like 2 more of them is going to be enough to take it up. So swapping in my Torterra. Now, I know this thing actually has Ice Punch in its physical, but I'm going to do a double swap anyway. I don't want to activate my weakness policy just quite yet, but I thought I might not even be able to live that because I'm running a special sweeping, a sweeping one too. So going to Emboar, obviously I'm going to resist that, and I get frozen, which sucks. Now the good thing about this was I actually have Scald on the set, and the curse is going to do a little bit more damage to the Regice. So if you don't know already, if you do get like frozen right, if you do have the move Scald, it'll instantly thaw you out, and then you can, you're just normal, like you're attacking as normal. Alright, so the Scald is going to melt the ice there, which is quite funny, and I'm going to go for the Scald on the Regice. It's not really going to do too much either. Now the Regice is going to go for the Earthquake, and I know that's going to do some good damage against my Emboar. It's about a 3-hit KO, right? Round there. So now I can freely go for the Fire Blast, and there is, the curse is doing some good damage to it as well. So I know Fire Blast is in range to take this one out. I'm guessing this is probably running like max health and max attack or something like that. So go for the Fire Blast, and that is Regice down. It's very, very bulky in special defense. So I was actually glad that I had that curse up to actually lower its health. So now we got the Dragonair coming in. Man, I'm sick of Dragonair by now. If you remember, if you didn't check out the theme team tonight, there was a full Dragonair team. So now going for the Focus Miss on the Dragonair. It does kind of underwhelming damage. This is definitely an Everlight set, and the Dragon Tail is going to hit me pretty hard, taking out my Emboar there. All right, so now I'm bringing my Chestnut. Now there really wasn't much I could actually do to this thing. So going for the Focus Miss, and now Dragon is going to go for the Toxic. So I'm guessing it might have rest, it might not. Most bulky sets do. I need a drink. So anyway, go for Focus Miss. It lands this time, which was really nice. So I think this should get pretty close to actually taking it out. And that does. So one more is going to be enough to take out the Dragonair. And guess what, guys? It's going to have rest and frickin' shed skin. Oh, so that's going to get it all the way back to full health again. Now, I was in a position, right, where I had to either keep going for Focus Miss and hoping for a critical hit or a special defense drop, or keep missing and just dying to poison. That was my options at the moment. Now, I did have my Torterra, which was a physical set, and I did have the other option of swapping too. However, they're going to swap out their Dragonair and go into Clefairy. So Clefairy is going to be able to swap into that Focus Blast, but I swapped out too and went into my Meganium. So on this set, I was thinking, should I stay into this matchup or not? Might not be the greatest matchup in the world. I'm going to go back into Emboar and see what I can do to it. So I do have a, I've got that Assault Vest set. Now it's going to go for the Fire Blast, which is great because that's not going to be able to take me out. I'm going to be able to resist that. Resistance and the Assault Vest actually make me live that one. So now I'm going to go for the Fire Blast on the Clefairy. It does some really nice damage. Doesn't take it out, but I knew it would do some good damage. And now Clefairy is going to go for the Moonblast, taking out my Emboar, but Emboar did a pretty good job there. And it even got around being frozen, which was awesome. So I've still got 4 Pokemon remaining, and we got 5 to take out in the other team. So we are behind at the moment. So now going into my Meganium, I can finish it off freely with the Bullet Seed, so I decided to do that, hoping it would hit like more than twice. So now going for the Bullet Seed on the Meganium. I really needed 3 hits to actually take it out, and I get 2. So now it's going to hit me with the Fire Blast. Does some pretty dang good damage to me. It's a 2-hit KO, and now Meganium can go for the Bullet Seed, taking out the Clefairy. Man, with this Meganium, right, I could not hit more than 2 hits in a row. It's like, most of the time I would hit 2. So now the Clefairy's gold, which is good. However, we still got that Steelix, which is hanging around. Now, I do have Earthquake on this set, but I'm not sure if I really want to do it at the moment. It could have weakness policy. I'm kind of scared of that, so I'm going to swap out. Now, going into my Chestnut here. So Chestnut is going to hit it really hard with Focus Miss, and it's going to use Stealth Rock on the swap. So I was like, bugger, I would have been able to take it out for use Earthquake, but there was no way that I could have known that. Maybe they thought I didn't have anything to hit it, or it's Choice Banded or something like that. Anyway, we have the Chestnut going for the Focus Miss. Steelix is going to go for the Protect again, obviously seeing what move we're going to be using. I'm guessing they're thinking by now that I'm Choice Specs, or I've given it away that I'm choiced at least. So now taking more damage. Obviously, they did to get some more toxic damage on me too. And now the Steelix is going to swap out. And of course, we've got this frickin' Dragonair coming in. So this Dragonair was like the bane of my existence in this actual battle. So now going for the Focus Miss. This was about I think this was like a 3-hit KO. Yeah, it was a 3-hit KO. Unfortunately, with its bad special attack, it just wasn't doing enough damage. So now praying the Dragonair actually didn't wake up to the shed skin, and I could actually take this one out. So now going for the, going for Focus Miss again. Dragonair, unfortunately, is going to go for the Sleep Talk and get rest, which is good for me. Now, go for the Focus Blast on the Dragonair. It's doing some good damage. All I got to do, right, it just can't wake up. That's the only thing. It just can't wake up. All right, so Chestnut is going to go down the next turn, and Dragonair is going to go for be fast asleep again, which is good. So I know they can bring like a speedy Pokemon in, right, and take it out. So now it's going to go for the Sleep Talk, and it gets priority Dragon Tail, unfortunately. And that's going to get rid of my Chestnut. However, it doesn't actually take me out, but it's, might as well be KO'd. Unfortunately for me, this Samurott comes in. So Samurott, right, this was a max. We've got max health and max defense there. All I've got is Toxic, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Razor Shell. So I'm like, oh my goodness, Razor Shell is actually not going to be enough to take it out. So I go for the Razor Shell. It misses the kill. I get a defense drop, which is good, but the problem is it's actually going to be able to wake up now. So probably not expecting to live that one. The Dragonair is going to go for the Toxic on my Samurott. So Samurott can either just, heal off that Toxic, maybe later on as the battle goes on, and, that'll be fun. So now I can go for the Razor Shell. I know that it's going to be enough to take it out because I do have the defense drop on the Dragonair. Man, this Dragonair was so annoying. It's kind of like, it was kind of like a similar build to one of my other ones. Anyway, so the Razor Shell misses again, and it goes to the Dragon Tail and swaps out my Samurott. What the fuck? Oh, so now I bring in my Meganium got forced to bring in. It's going to take some further Stealth Rock damage. Now, if you think about it, what was that? Not the Meganium, the Chestnut is going to go down to Stealth Rock damage afterwards. So that really sucks. So now my Meganium, right, is going to take out the Dragonair. Finally, we took it out. All right, so now we've got the Charger Bug coming in. The best I can do to this is go for, I went for the Outrage and Facade. They were my two best options. Go for the Facade. It does nothing. This thing definitely has the Everlight. So since it has X-Scissor, I thought, this would be good to swap in my Torterra, which is Weakness Policy. So on the Torterra set, right, we've got max attack and max speed, Rock Polish, Razor Leaf, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. So fairly standard on the Earthquake, Stone Edge, but I wanted to make it a little bit of fun with a Razor Leaf to go for crits. Okay, so bringing in Torterra, I know they definitely go for the X-Scissor. It's too much. It was too much of a bait not to go for it. I'm going to go for the Rock Polish. I knew they're about outspeed things, but just in case I didn't, I wanted to get that +2 speed up, and didn't want to reveal any of my moves straight away. I didn't want to one-shot the thing with Stone Edge either. All right, so I'm going to just live that one, and I'm going to get the Weakness Policy. So the thing about this is, I've got Stone Edge. He has to land to take Charger Bug out. Thankfully for me, the Stone Edge does land, and that's going to take out the Charge Bug, which is good. So we got one of the Pokemon, which could be a little bit of annoying, and we've got Steelix left. However, more on the Steelix. So Steelix obviously is going to have Sturdy. I was even wondering whether I even get it to 30 depending on what build they're running. So go for the Earthquake on the Steelix anyway. It does really big damage, but it doesn't even break it down to the Sturdy, which is quite funny. So now Steelix is going to go for the Toxic on me. So if you remember earlier on the game, right, it actually does have Protect. So I was thinking, well, I can't swap it out, right, because there's Stealth Rocks on the field. I'm going to have to live the next one and take it out. So there are other Pokemon, right, this is my thought process at the moment. The other Pokemon had Levitate, so I thought, well, after this, right, I think they're going to swap into the other Pokemon with Levitate and just let me go, let me get KO'd by, just a Toxic damage, and then they'll still have their Steelix left and, have another Pokemon to contend with. So now my Torterra on its last legs here, I decided to go for the Razor Leaf because it's super effective against them, and they have the Levitate, but Steelix decided to stay in. I can't believe it. Go for the Razor Leaf, and Razor Leaf doesn't kill. It lives on 1 health. Merch available, people. And anyway, it's going to be able to take me out the poison. Man, the other Pokemon that had right was a freaking Soul Rock. It had Levitate, so I thought they're definitely going to swap it in to get the free Levitate damage, and, I'm going to wreck it with Razor Leaf, but that wasn't the problem. That wasn't the case there either. So now the last Pokemon is the Samurott. I can just go for the Razor Shell and take out the Steelix. But the problem was I lost my Torterra. I really needed that against the last Pokemon, which was a Solrock. However, it's still good. I've got a Rest, Sleep Talk Samurott, which is bulky in defense, but it doesn't dish out a lot of damage, so I was worried about that too. Okay, so taking some damage from the Toxic, the last Pokemon is the Big Bad Solrock. I wonder if you guys can figure out their theme team too. If I didn't mention, they were actually running a theme team. However, their move is a Z move, and it's a grass move, so I'm guessing it's like freaking, I don't know, Z Solar Beam or something like that. It's going to be a special set. And this is going to be way too much for my Samurott to take, because if I mentioned earlier, my Samurott was max max health and max defense. So, and plus it already took pride damage earlier from the toxic and things like that. So that's about it for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this theme team. And what do you think is the worst starter Pokemon? Leave it below in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that topic. And enjoy the bloopers. Peace.